Student Loan Debt as a Wicked Problem will make an immediate impact because it is the first book to categorize student debt as a wicked problem. In 1983, Audre Lorde famously wrote, "For the master's tools will never dismantle the master's house. They may allow us to temporarily beat him at his own game, but they will never enable us to bring about genuine change." In my view, most of the tools and ideas proposed and/or that have been used when responding to the student debt crisis have been neoliberal. In other words, neoliberal tools will not be able to stave off the student debt crisis, which is a neoliberal machination. Rather, to bring about genuine change in U.S. higher education will require unorthodox policy changes that are anti-racist, anti-capitalist, decolonial, and liberatory. I believe possibility can emerge from pessimism. This volume, although pessimistic, does share possible responses. But first, in order to imagine what is possible, one must understand why the student debt crisis appears to be intractable. Avoiding being historically deterministic or fatalistic, it is important to note that innovation is determined by what higher education reformers and innovators choose to focus on. Innovation seems to be the buzzword of the present moment. Just because higher education reform foci have been neoliberal in times past, does not mean reform moving forward needs to remain so. Or does it? For example, Kim's 2018 report, Innovating Out of Student Debt, published by the Progressive Policy Institute, proposes that a college finance innovation fund could accelerate ideas to lower student debt. PPI's proposal that income share agreements and work colleges might be avenues worth pursuing is notable because I would argue that ISAs are neoliberal, but that work colleges may be worth examining further. In fact, I have written about the potential of work colleges reducing student loan debt for students. In our research, my colleague and I found that work colleges do in fact graduate their students with lower amounts of student debt. I am currently writing a book entitled What Can Be Learned from Work Colleges? An Education That Works, to be published by State University of New York Press, in which I studied the different work models used at work colleges. I hope this research generates new discoveries when it comes to what lessons can be learned for graduating students with a liberal arts degree without loads of debt. The importance of student loan debt as a wicked problem hangs on the fact that wicked problems are framed in ways that conceal tensions, such as affordability versus access, or as if there are good debts and bad debts. The purpose of the book is not necessarily to provide solutions or panaceas to the $1.8 trillion debt crisis and growing, but rather to share perspectives that help explain and question. Although there are many solutions, there seems to be no evidence that the debt crisis is improving. As my colleagues and I asked in 2017, how much longer can a pattern of each successive graduating class being more indebted than the one that preceded it continue? A quote commonly attributed to R. Buckminster Fuller is the following: "You never change things by fighting the existing reality. To change something, build a new model that makes the existing model obsolete." I hope that student loan debt as a wicked problem answers the question, how much longer can a pattern of each successive graduating class being more indebted than the one that preceded it continue convincingly? My answer is the following: it can and will continue so long as people do not create an alternative to the current reality. What alternatives do exist? Therefore, I'm producing videos like this one on my YouTube channel. If you are not a subscriber, please subscribe now and click on the bell so you are notified when I upload new content. The COVID-19 pandemic showed us that many people were watching videos, and if creating videos can help disseminate scholarly ideas that can help respond to the student loan debt crisis, then that is the direction us academics should go. In Student Loan Debt as a Wicked Problem, I provide an overview of what wicked problems are and how they are different from tame problems. The book paints a picture of the current situation as it relates to higher education, financing, and the reason so many college students incur student loan debt. The response I want to avoid using the word solution, I believe this book should inspire, is the need for challenging the existing reality.